being in a room of close guy friends and realizing you're not as safe as you thought.
I've seen a lot of garbage takes in response to that video, mostly by men who seem like they would have a stack of Maxim magazines next to the toilet in their unclean apartment when I was in college, so whatever the modern day equivalent of that is. And most of these men are leaping past what she actually said so that they can talk about what they heard, which gives them an avenue into their garden variety misogyny. Just jokes, they say. Men just have a dark sense of humor and women just don't get it. Bullshit. Human beings are boundary testers. From the moment in childhood when we arrive on the social scene, we are constantly testing the boundaries around us.
This may be an unpopular opinion, but I think
It doesn't matter what you think!
Dismissed.
men should...
One thing that really frustrates me about a lot of these influencers that want to coach game or teach game, how I know a lot of them don't really have game and they're performing for you guys. A lot of these things are performative acts. When they tell you ladies tips and tricks on how to get a man, how to keep a man, how to make a man obsessed with you, manipulate a man, whatever, any of those types of videos, and then they tell you all this game that you're supposed to do, and then they run over to the man and tell the man the game that they're about to play on the man, as if the man is just that dumb. When you go over to the man and you tell the man, I don't need you, I have my own this, that, and the third. These are things that don't need to be said, ladies. Why are we telling men and giving men our game card? Why are we telling men, well, I didn't really find you attractive, I don't date men for looks. Why are y'all telling men our game? And then wondering why they're plotting on us.
The most generous men in the world by country. This is not about love or looks, this is strictly money behavior. Let's go. Number 1, Saudi Arabia. Saudi men are the CEO of generosity, designer luxury bills, light work. But listen, they don't spend on just anybody. You gotta be feminine, respectful, and private. They want the vibe wife, not a loud party one. No budget, no problem, but know how to move. Number 2, Dubai men. Dubai men will flood you with money, trips, shopping sprees, full-blown sponsorship. But there's the rule. You need to be classy, polished, and look like you belong in a G-Wagon. They spend on women who keep it luxe and low drama. Lifetime sponsored, not boyfriends. Number 3, Qatar. Qatari men are silent billionaires. No flexing, just action. If they'll choose you, they'll change your lifestyle overnight. But you must bring elegance, loyalty, and no street behavior. They spend when they respect you. They are sort of private jet energy, but only for the right one. Number 4, Kuwait. I hope I said that correctly. Kuwaiti men are calm with it, but if they like you, you're set. Transfers, gifts, full lifestyle coverage, but don't play. They spend on discreet feminine women who aren't chasing clout. If you're acting high maintenance, you're out. Kuwaiti men are low-key but loaded. Number 5, you probably didn't expect that, but Turkish men. Attention, elite class only. Not your average cafe boy. We're talking high-tier Turkish men, businessmen, peers, old money types. Okay, so they will spoil you, but only if you carry yourself like a woman of value. Manners, loyalty, and elegance go a long way. This is kind of Ottoman prince behavior. Number 6, we have here a controversial one because I mentioned in the previous video as well where I was talking about the stingiest men, and it's about Chinese. Let me explain. Chinese men aren't random with their spendings. You won't get a thing unless you're official or they see you as a potential wife. Once they see you as a wife material, it's game over. Trips, tech, designer, cash flow. But if it's casual, don't expect a dime. Chinese men, I'd say, are strategic spoiling only for the chosen ones. And number 7, Russian men. I'm talking about old money or oil money, not regular Russians. Russian men, the rich ones, spend like wild. First, yachts, private chefs, the whole billionaire starter pack. But it comes with a trade-off. They like control. So you need to be submissive, loyal, and glam. They want you polished, not problematic. Basically, they offering luxury life with power dynamics.
Power didn't want us to commit fatherless behavior. They should have given our mothers better choices in men.
Accountability for what? How other people choose to behave? Actually, we can't take accountability for the actions of other people. That's not what accountability is. You don't want women to take accountability. You want women to be punished.
I'm not trying to be a bioessentialist. I'm just trying to tell you how I feel.
It doesn't matter how you feel!
Men want women to go 50-50. Men want women to pay the bills around the house. Men want women to pay for their meals, because women can work now. Okay, fine. when I tell you, or like, you know, men don't think that they should have to buy women expensive things, I want an expensive life.
Nobody cares.
That's what I want. I want to live comfortably.
Nobody cares.
I want convenience.
Nobody cares, nobody cares, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
I want to be able to see something.
Nobody cares, nobody cares, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
I want to be able to go on vacations and buy the things that I want and like enjoy my youth. I want all those things for myself.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody
freaking cares.
Nobody cares.
If a man's not going to give those things to me, I will give those things to me. That's fine. But I'll tell you this right now. The more that I work, the more that I focus on working, the less patience and tolerance I have, the less feminine I feel. So at the end of the day, if you guys want these feminine women, if you want women to be in their feminine, you have to provide for them.
As a late 20s, going into my 30s, single girly, I am battling between, yes, girl, you're so super independent. Like, go off. Yeah, have your high standards. And then I'm struggling between, like, I need a man. I need a man. Not just any man. A good man. How are you gonna go do that? Go put yourself out there. But how does one do that? Because dating apps ain't it. They ain't it. And whenever a man flirts with me, I pull this. They say they flirt, and I'm like, anyway, yeah, so I don't know, but it's getting really hot out here in Arizona, and people are by the pool, couples are by the pool, and they're like flirting and hanging all over each other, and it's kind of hot. And I just think back to that feeling, and that feeling is kind of unmatched. I'm not gonna lie. When you have a good connection and you're like, oh yeah, water, pool, hots, sun, tan, abs. What is the answer here? Does your girl get lower standards?
No.
Does she keep them high forever and then just use what's in her nightstand?
Bingo! Yahtzee!
Or does someone eventually just pop up? You know, like...
You know, I guess it's kind of like what the lady said a few minutes ago. The men, y'all are telling the men our game plan. They know what we're using them for. Like you're just giving the game away. I see where you're coming from, but it doesn't really matter because men know what you're doing anyway. Y'all don't think that men pay attention, but a man is actually watching you over and over again. He's watching what you're doing. He's seeing what you're doing. And that's why men are staying single, if you can believe that. I know you probably don't think that men are smart enough to figure that type of stuff out because you think in your brain you're so complex. But men have seen that. It don't take men very long to learn your game plan. And for them to step back and say, "Ooh, she's doing that. I don't think I'm going to go that way." And y'all asking to go, why did he pull back? How come he's not doing what I asked him? Or how come he's not coming on to me like he used to? How come he's not chasing? Because I didn't see the chink in your armor. And I don't like that. I'm going to go ahead and head out. Appreciate it.
He was very polite and friendly to the waiters and waitresses, which I think is also a sign of somebody's character.
That's part of being a man that a lot of these people don't even understand with what he's saying too, is you need to be a gentleman. When you go to a restaurant with a girl, tip the guy. I don't know why a lot of people are starting to think being a real man is like being a dickhead to everybody. It's not. It's being like very respectful to other people.
Actually, it's like being extra generous and kind and sweet and calm. Men have manners and grace, and they can kick the living shit out of you only if needed.
The difference between being nice and being a good guy is a nice guy desexualizes himself by foregoing what he truly wants for the sake of peace and harmony. So what he will do is a nice guy might feel uncomfortable with the situation, but because he doesn't want confrontation, he will sacrifice truth in order to gain harmony. But what the reality is, women are attracted to somebody who is able to tell the truth.
Be told though, like if you treat your girl like a queen, she's gonna treat you like a king. No, I would actually argue, like most dudes who are like tricking and simping on chicks, a lot of women actually have contempt for the dudes that are simping and tricking and doing all that shit, doing all this extra shit. Let me get you flowers on the first date. Nah, you don't really respect that dude. You actually kind of like the guy who's kind of the bad boy. A lot of women, I'm not saying all women, but I look at what's going on, especially among like younger women, for example, in college. Women literally say this. They like bad boys.
immature women, probably the 18-year-olds that were
You give your best years to arguably the worst men, and then by the time you're 30, you're all jaded and you've been through a bunch of toxic, trashy men, which excite you to some degree, and you're not satisfied with the otherwise good or nice guys. You curve the guys who would actually give you commitment, who would treat you well. They don't excite you. They're boring. You much rather chase after the divided attention of some boy or playboy type of dude.
I just got married today.
Wait, hold on. So is love worth it?
Fuck no. I'm single in Miami. Who cares?
Are not desirable right now. Everyone's a Kim Kardashian clone. I asked you earlier, what don't men want? And you said promiscuity. Well, that seems about the only thing that's being offered right now. When I open my Instagram and I've got butt cheeks and I'm going, people are like, I don't understand why no one wants to, this woman's been married 4 times. I'm like, well, I can understand it, because even if men think they want it in the short term, when you see a girl, she's half naked, she looks good. Yeah, sure. You probably do want to have sex with her. I bet you're wired that way. You're hardwired that way.
Yeah.
But then what happens after you have sex with her and you realize that so did 20 other dudes
100%.
in the same week, you don't want her.
You nailed it. You're absolutely not.
Their late 20s, early 30s. Where are we finding men?
Unfortunately, they are working overtime instead of going out and dating because they feel they will never be attractive enough or wealthy enough for a girl ever again. They would rather check their weather app than chat with another person on Hinge. If they're not at work, they're usually at home, the gym, playing video games with friends, or fighting for democracy. You're welcome.
If you're making $50,000, don't date. I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you when
you're not ready to date. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Already destroyed.
Back in the days, most of the time, you would wait for someone to make the first move. It might be on the first date, it might be the third date, whatever. It could be the man, it could be the woman. But now, all my friends have noticed that the man has stopped making the first move. All my girlfriends are like, they're waiting. It's the third date, fourth date, a week later. He hasn't gone in for the kiss. He doesn't do any touching or anything. And I've asked my dude friends that are single, and they are like, you don't know where a woman's gonna go with that story anymore. I ain't touching nobody. And it sucks because the Me Too movement is so strong and so powerful for the people that need it, but it shouldn't ruin the maturity that we should have within intimacy and relationships.
Do not approach you at the bar, not because you're not pretty, but it's because of this. I've been going to the bars every weekend with my friends, maybe for the past couple months, and I love it. I love socializing, and I'm single. And my friend and I were talking at the bar the other weekend, and we were talking about how we've never been approached by a single guy before. Like, maybe ever. Which is just insane to think about. Like, I can name a couple occurrences where they have, but it was like people from Europe, and they're like a different breed of people, okay? So I feel like the culture in America is way different. Guys do not want to approach you, not because of how pretty you are or how you look, but it's really because they're scared of you. And then us women over here who are single are thinking like, we look amazing, we did our makeup, we chose the perfect outfit. Why aren't all these guys coming up to us? Even if we're not into them, why don't they just come up just to like make us feel good about ourselves?
You know, one of the things I find probably the funniest is they sit up there and they say, well, we want men to approach us. Even if we don't want them, we want the validation, even if we're not willing to give you anything. Well, you're not entitled to our bodies. You're not entitled to my time. And I'm not even asking for your body. But I don't have to pay you a compliment. And just because I don't pay you a compliment doesn't mean that I'm not a gentleman. It doesn't mean that I'm rude and I'm inconsiderate. It just means that I don't know you. I come here to have a good night with my friends. We're going to do that, and we're going to go home. But for some reason, for y'all's night to be complete and for y'all to be able to get on Instagram and hype yourselves up and be the talk of the town, y'all have to have, honestly and truly, a hot guy would be the most optimal, obviously, but any guy will do. Y'all will say he's a bridge troll. Y'all will say, yeah, he's not attractive, but I understand why he would come up to this. Y'all need the validation, and y'all are getting validation hungry, like desperate, to where y'all will take it from anyone, literally.
Crazy research for you. So a third of men, 33%, a little over a third of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. The same study said that by the year 2030, that 45% of women between the ages of 20 and 45 will be single. So I've got a question for the men, because I see it all the time in my comments. Most of my comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking. We like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done. Tell me why you don't want to have a partner in life. Tell me why it's more worth it to be single than to have a partner. Even if you weren't to remarry, just to have a partner. I mean, I've talked to a lot of men. I've got my answers, but I want to hear it in the comments. So please, drop it in the comments.
You don't have to go far on the internet these days to find out that there is an ongoing conflict in the dating market between men and women. And the general consensus, if you look into this, is that men are no longer approaching women. And this is certainly corroborated by marriage statistics that are also on the decline. So with that in mind, if men are no longer approaching women and people are starting to not get married in as great of numbers, what is that going to mean for engagement rings as a product? This is a product that has upheld the diamond industry for a long time, that has also been disrupted by lab diamonds. So what happens when there's no longer a demand for this product that's been upholding an entire industry? I think that you're about to see a massive disruption in this product.
I'm not saying don't get married, but what I'm saying is when someone says I'm getting married, why is it impolite to say why? Why? You're about to do something incredibly dangerous that fails so much of the time. Why not just say why? I'm not saying why would you do that? It's stupid. I'm saying
women should not have a high body count. It's going to hurt their chances of getting married to a quality guy. People in the comments will suggest that it's a good idea for women just to do whatever they want and lie about their body count later and pretend like the number is lower than it actually is. This is a horrible idea. Men can absolutely tell when women have been ran through by a bunch of guys because those women are totally unhappy. They've been used for their body. They haven't been at all cherished, appreciated for their work ethic, personality, intellect, you name it. They haven't been appreciated for it. These women start to feel worthless and empty. They start to feel cynical about not just the men who have hurt them, but actually about all men, including those men who haven't done anything to them. Men can spot this negative energy from a mile away. And so instead of lying about the body count, a better idea would just be to stop sleeping around.
Question for the men out there, and please, for the love of God, don't get offended because I don't mean any harm by it. So many men say that they're scared of women, okay? So many men say this. I've heard this to me about situations. What does this mean? What do men mean when they say they are scared of women? Are you actually scared of women, or are you scared of approaching them? Like, why are we scared? Like, I'm here to answer the questions that you need to have answered in the comments. I will 100% give you the honest truth about a woman or a situation that you need prevailing. But seriously, why?
He's in a stock pantry. He's not trading it in for a spotlight with Wi-Fi and a crazy-ass mood swing. Reason number 3, peace over problems. You know what a man in his 40s likes? Silence, clean floors, a fridge no one's arguing in front of. He's not giving that up just because you showed up with a Starbucks order and unhinged drama. The quiet living room? That ain't loneliness. That's freedom. There's no arguments because I didn't read her mind fast enough while she silently rage cleaned the kitchen. Just silence and sanity.
When was the last time a man approached you at a bar and started talking to you? And I thought this was just me thing, but they were all like, no, it hasn't happened in, I can't even tell you how long, like before COVID. And I thought that was a me experience. I was like, okay, maybe I give off like a standoffish vibe. I don't know. I don't think so. But no, they all agreed. They're like, I can't tell you the last time a man tried to talk to me at a bar. A man tried to offer to buy me a drink. Do men still do that? Men, can you weigh in? And I don't even need the drink, but like the last time, and I'll go up and talk to guys, but like Can someone explain?
Ladies keep asking this, but when are you going to realize that there are consequences to your words and actions? It's because men would rather keep to themselves than to be called a creep, or at the very least be publicly embarrassed, or at worst be accused of something. A lot of women do not realize that because of social media, a lot of young men believe that women despise them. Between the 4B movement, the it's all men until no men, and picking the bear over the man, because of this, most of them assume that women genuinely want nothing to do with them.
I'm sitting here listening to Emily just talking about all of the movements that have happened seemingly within the past 4 or 5 years. Me Too, choosing the bear. It's maybe not really a movement, but just things that they say, things that trend. And you're like, why would they ever say that? I mean, I know it's probably a joke, but modern women have a tendency to keep things going. And then after their trend has gone viral and men see it, men are like, oh, okay. And then they wonder why men don't come up to them. But men have seen the trend. Most people see viral videos. And so whenever I see the viral video, I say, oh, okay, well, I guess that's what it is now. I don't mind it. If they're going to act like this, then I'm going to go ahead and do my thing. And y'all forget that y'all ever made the video. Modern women do this all the time. Oh, I didn't even know this video was going to blow up, but since it did, welcome. If you're new here, these are the things that I'm going to be talking about. And they forget that this is what got them the followers. Me trashing men, me talking about men, me not having any respect for men is what got me subscribers. And so I kind of got to keep that thing going. And when I do, the men that I actually want see my videos and they're like, no, I don't like that. And you're asking if it happens. Absolutely. Don't know how it does it. I think TikTok is messy. I think these social media apps are messy because they'll sit up there and show the man right after the date or right before the date or literally sometimes during the date. There have been reports of men saying, oh, I saw your video. Oh man, I seen your channel. And then saying, you know what? I don't think this is for me. Oh man, are you sure? Yeah. Oh, well, he's insecure. You say that after you get back home and you start getting on camera. You say that because you haven't learned your lesson. Stop talking about people, especially people you don't know. Stop doing that. You put out a certain persona of who you are and what a man can expect from you going forward. Anytime she's upset with me, she's not going to deny herself. She's going to get on there and start talking trash. Anytime that she has a problem, instead of going to her friends, which you shouldn't be doing anyway, or her family, which once again, you probably shouldn't be doing, she's going to make it an issue that millions of people, hundreds of thousands of people are going to see. If, hopefully it's not going to be millions. Isn't it a sad day that you hope hundreds of thousands of people see it versus millions? What are we doing?
Hey, did you and your ex break up?
I got my dream job and I said bye.
So you got your dream job and you said bye?
Yeah.
What is it that you see that the women out here have in common that makes you feel like, no, I can't be with her like that?
Women are looking for a vibe. They're not looking for actual relationships. They're looking for a sponsor. They're looking to be a financial liability instead of a asset. Yeah, all this taking a vibe and the hookahs and taking trips. What we doing?
Ladies, when I say these things, we all have been at a time where you financially need your shit together. Now, again, you should not be in a relationship if you're going to be a financial burden to a man. If you're into materialistic shit and your finances is not together, you're not working, and you feel like a man's supposed to take care of you and you're not his wife and you don't have no children by that man, lady, stop saying, oh, the reason why you're with this roommate or why you living with your family, because some of us are saving to buy a house. My point exactly. You should not be trying to get in a relationship or want a relationship while you're trying to save and do better. Okay? At the end of the day, you only gonna fail yourself. Cause ain't no man got time for that. You getting on his nerves, and then you all of a sudden you complaining about, oh, where's your head? What is this? What is that? If you find yourself being 100% in on yourself And then you can get that man who's 100% on himself. If you keep focusing on this, for example, this is why a lot of relationships fuck up anyway, because of financial problems. All right. So if a man see you doing 100% for yourself, he's going to want more of that from you. Like, wow, this woman actually take care of her bills. She does this. She don't ask me for shit. Da, da, da. You're getting that type of guy now. Because these men today in 2024, they're not putting up with that shit. They're not putting up with that. What can you do for yourself first? That's what they're looking for a wife. Because if you can't do shit for yourself, why the fuck would they want a baby by your ass? I'm just saying. Because if you're doing 100% by yourself, and then when you have that children, they like, oh, I know she can definitely handle what is coming. And if this become my wife and my children's mother, y'all really don't see this shit. You already know as a woman, like, if you don't know that a man will look at you a certain way, if you all about just, oh, I'm dressing like this and this and that, you only for a good time to him. Because what you're doing is sexually setting yourself up for someone who sexually just wants you for that moment. You're not gonna get the high value man, okay? A lot of y'all just get dressed up, set yourself up, and then go out that one night and you're fucked, just fucked, okay? And then they are already doing what the fuck they're doing because they got plenty of you, okay? You just doing that. If you're not doing 100% for yourself and you keep begging a man and doing those or that, they're not gonna want you. It's 2024. Just like how y'all bitches be like, it's 2024. You know, they're not giving a fuck. I'm gonna keep it 100. Leave the attitude at home. Take well good care of yourself. Make sure you can handle everything financially, and watch and see what you get. But thanks again for tuning in.
I know you're trying to explain it to them because you probably think that they're gonna listen, but they're not. Modern women don't listen to anything. They don't want to hear nothing you gotta say. If it's constructive, if it's something that makes sense, if it's something that's going to actually better their lives versus something that's going to ruin their lives, if it's something that's going to have them getting married, settling down, having a family with the quote unquote boring man or the man that they found or left in their friend zone, they're not interested. They're not interested in that. They're interested in not one single part of it. They are dead set on ruining their lives for now and for the foreseeable future.
You start to realize how worthless they actually are. And I don't mean that in an offensive way at all. Even on the wine tours, No Bachelorette, you pull up to these wine stands. You know, they selling alcohol, flowers. All these chicks are out here and they can't even afford to buy their own gifts. They got the man funding everything. The limousine, the wine tour, the gift shops. Imagine not even being able to enjoy an ice cream cone on your own because you rely so hard on someone else. That's why I say these women don't want men. They want fathers, right? And they'll just sit back and play on their phone and show their ass all day long and have unlimited amounts of simps hitting them up, offering them this, offering them that. You can't even scroll a workout or a cooking video from a chick without her showing off her whole entire body, ass all in the camera. So at the end of the day, how valuable are they? Why would you want to invest in a chick that does nothing but drain you physically, financially, mentally, emotionally, entertains 50 different men exposing her body? That is not an asset. That's a screaming liability. When someone comes into your life, they're supposed to be an addition, not a subtraction.
All right, y'all. Real quick. 11 signs she's a liability, not an asset. Let's get into it, family. Number 1, needy and extremely jealous. Number 2, overly concerned about looks. Number 3, poor character. Number 4, she liked to play games. Number 5, she has difficulty managing her emotions. Number 6, constantly seeks attention and needs validation and approval from others. Number 7, lazy and materialistic. Number 8, overly controlling. Number 9, she has a bad reputation. Now, I'm not saying people can't be redeemed, but I am saying that it would be unwise to not pay attention to past behavior and past behavior patterns. Number 10, constantly putting other women down, finding something wrong with them to make herself look better. Number 11, doesn't have a real concrete plan for her life.
I mean, some of you wanted older men as well. We didn't judge you for that. We just said, cool, here's what it is.
You know why? The reason you don't judge them for wanting older men is because men are more like an asset appreciating in time. Women are more like a liability that depreciates rapidly with time. And subconsciously, you're all bothered by the fact that, you know, as you age, your value is declining. So you have to create a psychological superstructure that makes guys feel guilty about wanting younger women. Because we can sit back and pursue younger women infinitely. And so you have to make them feel guilty so that they behave and they consider you like when you end up like her. So when you end up 30 years old like her with 2 divorces, you still want to be accessible and appealing to guys like me, when in reality, I travel around the world and chicks will holler at me who are 18, 19, 20, 21, and I could probably do this for another 10 years. And so you realize that here's the biological reality. Once you get past that 30, you start creeping into something called menopause. And menopause is a cold motherfucking thing.
30.
What's
No, menopause is like 45. No, it's not. After 30, you start creeping into it though. Like yes, your fertility goes down. Menopause, yes.
Like menopause is different for every woman, bro. Some women get it earlier than others, some get it later than others, but usually it do start off like, you feel me, you start creeping. That's why they do be trying to have the kids before they hit 30, bro.
And you'll notice that they didn't hear a word. They didn't hear a word of what he said. Anything else besides, I'm getting old. Well, no, I ain't getting old. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm going to continue doing this, yada, yada, yada. They didn't hear nothing else. They don't care to hear anything else. What they care to hear about is how I'm going to continue to do the things that I have been doing over and over again. And I'm still going to get money from men. I'm telling you, you know, honestly and truly, whether you started at 30, 35, 40, 45, it really is of no consequence. At some point in time, that little wall that you have going on, or that little run that you're on, is going to stop. It's going to come to an end. Men are trying to tell you that, but you're still trying to fight against something that they don't have control over, something that you don't have control over. They're telling you, listen to what your body is saying and get in line with that. Y'all trying to be in alignment with the stars, the moon, the sun, the galaxy, the Milky Way. Get in alignment with your body. Get in alignment with your biology. And that's not a diss. That is facts.
So like sometimes relationships and everything, just situationships, is revolving around sex. Like if you take sex out of everything, there would be nothing.
But let me tell you why you may feel like that. Most women may only offer sex.
That's not
so
true.
that's what we
Most men only offer sex too. Don't got nothing else. Don't got no car. Nothing. Don't got no job.
So when y'all go out, who paying?
Him. Of course. But I mean, he has to. That's just law.
So then he got something else to offer.
But
right?
that's it. Just taking me out. I can take myself out.
Yeah.
When girls go out with their friends, they spend money. But it's like,
We could
you
take
feel
y'all
me?
too.
We could take guys out too. We just don't do it.
I just don't. Exactly.
Because
like,
it's like, why am I doing that? There's
so-
guys that gonna do it.
The final stage for any hoe is going to always be religion. The best way to figure out if a woman is an asset or a liability, just ask for her credit score or tell her you want a prenup. Any woman that's always on her phone when she's around you but takes forever to respond cannot be trusted. Always treat women exactly how they treat you. The best way to test a woman is to offer to go 50-50 on a first date. If a woman isn't immediately nurturing or wanting to take care of you, she doesn't like you. Always check her social media because you never know who she's following, especially when there's videos out there that teach women how to fake cry. If she refuses to get rid of Snapchat, just know that she is keeping the door open for somebody else. The only reason that she doesn't want to go 50-50 with you is because she can't even afford 50% of your lifestyle. Because she's broke. A woman who uses the phrase, I'm literally just a girl, is actually using weaponized incompetence to be financially irresponsible or irresponsibly unstable and will wreck your life. Manipulation and abuse doesn't have to be screaming or yelling or even hitting you. Sometimes neglect can be anything from not having your needs met, not giving up any kind of intimacy, not taking care of herself intentionally so you find her less attractive, not listening to you, not hearing you, not understanding you, and dismissing your feelings. If her schedule changes drastically suddenly and she's staying late at work or she's suddenly picking up more shifts, she's cheating on you. If a woman is always arguing with you, just know that she picked you and she doesn't respect you, because any woman that respects you is not going to want to argue with you all the time. Surefire way to know if you're a good dad is if she uses your kids against you because she knows it's the only thing that's going to hurt your feelings. Because if you were a deadbeat, then she'd know that you wouldn't give a damn about those kids, so she wouldn't have to use the kids to manipulate you. So it's a blessing and a curse. She tries to gaslight you by telling you that she's posting provocative pictures for herself on the internet because she worked hard for her body. Just know that she's full of fucking shit and she wants validation and attention from other men. And it's validation, reassurance, and attention from other men that you can't compete with, because you cannot compete with thousands of men when you're just one. So nothing you ever do is going to be good enough. And as long as you accept this type of behavior, she's going to continuously disrespect you. If you try to set boundaries, expectations, and standards and keep to your preferences with women, and suddenly she's calling you narcissistic or controlling, it's because she's not really a good woman. And lastly, any woman that doesn't make direct eye contact with you when she's having a conversation with you is probably lying about something. And if something doesn't make sense, it's probably not true. Okay, bye.
People always talk about this, but I want to get down to the bottom of it, right?
Yeah, let's talk.
So these days, they're trying to tell us that women are no longer the prize. So I want to know what you think. Are women the prize, or are they just entitled?
Man, I swear. Let me put this cup down. Man, I swear. Every woman feel entitled because, listen, everybody be trying to chase a baller and want somebody with money and to take care of them and to do this and do all that. But in reality, like, we the kings. If I'm doing all of this and you just waiting for me to do all of that, then, like, what do I get out of all of this? You feel me? Oh, you sex? Is that what this is all about? Because I do feel like you can get that from any girl.
But what about
what you bringing to the table besides entitlement? Because that ain't it no more. Niggas ain't going for that no more. I'm telling you that. Niggas with money ain't going for that no more.
So what does it take then to get, like, a lot of women want to date a baller? What does it take
to date a baller?
What does it take to date a baller? Tell us.
Man, what can you do to, like, on some real, to make my life easier? Like, what can you do to, like, not make it like a, how do I want to say this? Like, damn, like, when a girl is like a asset and not a reliability.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be a liability.
Yeah.
A liability. Don't be a liability. Like,
what makes a girl a liability to you? She just always needs something, always begging.
I'm like, damn, I'm the king, right? And I'm taking care of you. I got the big mansion. I got the house. I'm getting you a car. I'm doing all this, but I got to go ahead and make sure you straight all the time. Like, nah, that ain't
I
it.
think that men are
You gotta
starting.
make sure we straight.
I think men are starting to understand their value more, and they're not just going for the pretty girl. Pretty is not enough. Women have to bring more to the table than just being cute, because guess what? With surgeries and everything going on, everybody can be cute. Everybody can have a big ass.
Alike.
Everybody can look the same look. Okay. Right now, what women need to start doing is actually being an asset and not a liability. You need to start bringing things to the table, and don't just say you're the table, baby, because you're not. So at the end of the day, don't get me wrong. I think that there are valuable women in the world, but I think that a lot of women are skewed by a false reality. And that false reality is that a man should start giving you money the moment he met you. Are you a prostitute or a woman? I'm confused.
Bills, if you ain't paying no rent, how about when I walk out the door, you open the door?
What?
When I go in the car, you open the car door for me.
So you want a woman to open the door for you?
I'm the king, right? What we talking about? I'm the king, right?
So a woman should be opening your door your car door.
Why not?
I think the thing that stood out to me about this was the fact that her question was, what do women need to do to date a baller? Like, what's wrong with dating a regular dude? What's wrong with dating a guy that has got his head on straight? He's working towards things. Maybe he doesn't play basketball, or maybe he's not a professional athlete. Maybe he's not a guy with a lot of money as you would see it. Maybe the guy is pretty well off. He's got a nice house. House is paid for, or it's halfway done paying for it. I got my car. I make payments on it, but darn near done with that too. You know, some of these women, and it's crazy to me, some of these women will look at men who have a nice house, maybe a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Their car is used, but it's, you know, it's paid for. And then the man knows enough to fix, you know, the brakes. And I know some things here and there about how to change my own oil to kind of keep the cost down. But if there's any major repairs, I always get my car checked out. I always do routine maintenance on my car. They'll look at it, man. Freezer's full. They got a deep freezer. Fridge is full. And I'm not just talking about like beer and stuff like that. All of that stocked up. So all you have to do is come in and just live your life. If you want a bigger space, y'all got y'all's income. But the man is like, I'm not about to spend any more because I don't need it. It's just me. I got more than enough. So if one of my friends comes over and he wants to stay the night, or my family comes into town and they want to stay the night, I got an extra bedroom. And we don't have to use the same bathroom. I got an extra bathroom over here, right? Some of these brothers, even if they don't have a house, they have an apartment. Nice apartment. 3-2, 4-2, or 4-3, whatever it is that their life is set up is my point. And y'all can easily come in and be right at home. Put your stuff wherever you need to put your stuff at, and then just thrive. But y'all look at that man because he's not making maybe the money that you think he should make, and you think that he's not a baller when he's probably more of a man than you actually need.
Don't get you a passenger, get you a co-pilot. Don't get you a passenger. A lot of get passengers. Don't get you a woman sitting in 33F now. Bro, if this plane, you know what I'm saying? Bro, don't get you a woman that's sitting in 33F. Get you a woman. If I go into a coma right now, Asia can land this plane so easily. She can steer everything so easily. She can run all the businesses. Everything we got going, bro, Asia can do all that. That's dope, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of they enjoy passengers.
Straight up, some women are leeches. Some women are just there to take your money, bro. They provide no value, don't do anything for you, your life, or your business, take away your time from your work and your business, and they still will ask you for things like maintenance, or they'll want you to get things for them, or you'll just start going to dinners and shit like that just to make them happy. If you're in a relationship like that, understand that sometimes it's best to just let it go. You might be a good girl, but your financial future is more important than that girl. Crazy thing is with the way the world is going, where it's going to be in 5 years, if you don't get rich, she's not even going to want to be with you. So whenever you in a relationship with a leech, or you on a date with a leech, you can just feel it from her energy. She wants you to pay for shit. She ordering the lobster. She doing the most for no reason. Just hit it and then let her go.
And not an asset. Her only input into the relationship is her showing up on a date, getting ready, doing all that nonsense, and doing nothing else. She's a liability. She's extracting resources literally for what? It's basically just glorified prostitution at this point. If she's not actually doing anything around the house, anything to support you, investing in who you are as a man, she's a complete liability.
What are the top 3 biggest red flags and green flags when vetting a woman? Green flags, cooperation. Green flag, she likes me a lot and isn't scared to tell me. Green flags, I tell her, say my name is daddy. She just giggles and does it. Green flag, whatever I say, she says yes, daddy. When a woman says yes, daddy, yes, daddy, yes, daddy, whatever I'm talking about and she's saying yes, whatever I'm suggesting, she's saying yes, and I'm gonna push the limit with it. Those are green flags to me. Red flags is she's not cooperative. Red flag is when I say my name is daddy, she gets a little attitude. Red flag is she smokes cigarettes, got tattoos on her neck or her face. You know, wants to get to talking to me about some trauma in her life when I just met her. Deeper red flags are she doesn't have a good relationship with her mother or her father. I like a woman who has a good relationship with her family, man, because it's going to show you what she's naturally going to be programmed to later. There's so many red flags. I'm looking for the green flags, though. If I get enough green flags, I'm willing to investigate a little bit more. The red flags, that's obvious. I got a rule. I don't deal with women who got tattoos on their face. I saw a study once. People with excessive tattoos are more likely to have mental illness. How do you react if a woman get loud with you and have an attitude problem?
Women today is astonishing. And I don't mean a little bit. I mean it's an epidemic. Women make choices every single day. And instead of owning them, they play the victim card, then expect everyone else to feel sorry for them. Take the drunk at a bar scenario. She walks in, orders the drinks, flirts with the guy, goes home with him, gets into his bed, and the next morning she's suddenly confused, saying she felt taken advantage of. No, she knew exactly what she was doing step by step. Nobody forced her to walk into that bar. Nobody forced her to keep drinking. Nobody forced her to leave with the guy. She didn't get ambushed. She made some choices. And now that she regrets those choices, she wants sympathy. That's not accountability. That's rewriting the story so she doesn't look bad. And here's another one. Women who sell themselves for money. OnlyFans, sugar babies, hookers, whatever it is. They say, I had no choice. I went through trauma. Guess what? We all have trauma. Some people turn their pain into purpose. Others use it as an excuse. I don't get it. You're still choosing that life. And when the consequences finally hit, don't expect the world to throw you a pity party, because accountability is a line between being a victim and being powerful. Every time you blame men, trauma, alcohol, you're giving your power away. You're saying that you're not in control. So if you're not in control, then who is? No, I do not feel sorry for women who live recklessly and then cry about the fallout. Life is brutal for everybody. The difference is, are you strong enough to face the mirror and own your own choices, or weak enough to expect the world to excuse them?
You know, one thing that I liked that she said was, you know, pretty much everybody make mistakes. Everybody's, you know, trying to figure something out. Nobody's perfect, right? But men in this society are forced to take accountability. They're forced to say, hey man, I need to fix that. I messed that up. I need to do right. You're straight up. I need to do right. I need to get it correctly. I need to apologize. I need to say sorry. But women will go out and do these things. They'll sell themselves. They'll get with a whole bunch of guys, and then they'll blame the guys for it. Like, you consented to it. Every single guy, you consented. Oh, well, I wasn't in my right mind. Yeah, you were. You consented to it, and you got carried away. Take accountability, man. Who knows? There are some guys that are like, hey, man, I appreciate you for taking accountability, but you're not for me. But who's to say that you don't find that guy that's like, you know, I appreciate you telling me. I had a pretty wild life myself, so yeah, that's something that maybe you and I can kind of explore healing from together. You'd be surprised how many men out here are able to take what some would call a terrible situation and make something beautiful out of it, right? So the one thing that I want you to take from this is not to go out there and be out there doing crazy stuff, but to say, you know what? Maybe if I start being in control, being honest, being disciplined, then a man out there will say, you know what? You and me are the same. I think I've said this in one of my other videos. Men, they like to make friends. They can see a dude that they've seemingly nothing in common with, and they'll say, hey bro, what's up? I didn't know this man for 20 days, and it seemed like we've been friends for 5 years, right? And like I said, there might be over the years some disagreements, some heavy disagreements, but most of the time men respect each other's boundaries. And so it's the common respect that men bond over. Hey man, let's go get a drink. Hey man, let's go to the game together, man. Hey man, hey, we shooting pool, man. Come down here. What you doing? Man, get off work, man. Just call in, man. Tell them you gotta leave. Come on. All right, man. I'm on my way down. Clowning around, man. That's what you kind of need to make yourself. A friend to him. And I got you, bro. I'm loyal to you. No, I'm on your team. Nah, I hear you. I might not like the way you say it all the time, but I hear you. Hey, maybe we need to work on your tone a little bit, but I hear you. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't moving. Hey, you ain't have to, raise your voice to me, but I see, here's what we can do in order for both of us to get to the next level. Maybe you try that. Maybe you come with that type of spirit. Maybe you can find a man.